Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Sal had stitches in the eye that he was getting seen to. Great fight, great night here at Team Oak. Still undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. Up here, of course, the champion, Canelo Alvarez, trainer Eddie Reynoso, Chepo as well. Over to the floor for questions for the champion of the team. Yes, Keith.
Thanks, guys. Canelo, can you tell us more about your hand injury? When you hurt your hand, was it hurt going into the fight? And how did it get worse during the fight?
Hairs everywhere. I had these issues since the Caleb Plant fight. So, and I like, it's okay, later. And then I can really start really bad. I need surgery.
How badly did it hurt you during the fight?
Really bad.
It's broken, right? You think it's broken?
No, it's not broken. It's like a
Meniscus.
Meniscus.
The wrist injury.
Yeah.
Wrist.
But it's not broken. It's my wrist. Like a clean meniscus. It's like something like that. Derek, can you explain this?
Yeah,
Come on.
Canelo, how long do you think that it'll keep you out? I mean, do you have an idea if you have surgery, how long it might keep you out of the ring?
Doctor. Explain that.
Sil has a TFCC tear, which is a piece of cartilage within the wrist, which affects the body's ability to mobilize that joint without feeling impingement and sharp pain. If he has a surgery, depending on what the surgeon decides, probably 6 to 8 to 12 weeks, depending on that rehabilitation, if it's successful.
But I'm gonna take my time. My body needs, last year I fought 4 times in 11 months, so that's why. But I need to take my time a little bit, maybe in May, September, I don't know. But I need to take my time.
Nice, Coach. Just one last question for you. What did you think of the scoring of the fight? Most people seem to think you won by much wider margins than that.
I don't hear the score, really. I just hear them still champion, and that's it. Look, I respect the judges, and they see that, it's fine. I'm okay. A win is a win.
Yep. Hey, Canelo, Benavidez, ESPN. Overall, the first 8 rounds looked a lot different than the first two fights. Why do you think that was the case, and what do you think changed from the 9th round onward?
¿Qué piensas que cambió después de los 8 rounds que fueron? Esos 8 rounds de esta pelea fueron muy diferentes a las primeras 2.
Después del 8º round, obviamente llegó un poquito la fatiga, ¿no? Porque no pudimos hacer explosiones, hacer mucho costal en el gimnasio y llegó un poquito la fatiga, pero la verdad es que estoy contento, a pesar de todos los problemas que tuve en mi campamento, estoy contento con lo que hicimos hoy.
I think towards the end of the fight today, I obviously started to get a bit fatigued, and that's because we've not been able to work explosively in the gym. But despite all the problems that we've had, I was really happy with my performance tonight.
Right here, Canelo. Dan Rayfield here. Congratulations on the victory. My question for you is, you've now had 3 fights with Gennadiy. The first 2, whatever people think of the results of each fight, they were considered highly controversial, whether they thought you won or a draw or that he won. Tonight was the first time where there seems to be clear agreement that whatever the scores were, close or not, you were the clear winner. Can you describe your satisfaction of finishing the trilogy and doing so by having a result in a fight that nobody is going to dispute, that you were the better man tonight, that you were the rightful winner of the fight?
La verdad es que es una satisfacción muy grande, a pesar de, como lo acabo de decir, de todos los problemas que tuve, es una satisfacción muy grande porque pude demostrar, obviamente no llegó un knockout como quería, porque es un gran peleador, pero para eso somos 12 asaltos, para demostrar quién es mejor. Pude demostrar que soy mejor peleador y me siento muy contento.
It's hugely satisfying to win, as you've said, you know, despite all my problems that I had. I demonstrated in the ring today. Obviously I wanted to get that KO, but it didn't come because he's a great fighter. But I was able to show, that's why there are 12 rounds in a fight, so you can show and display who's the best. So I'm really happy with what I've done tonight.
Y con mi mano, así como la traigo, le ganaba el jab a uno de los mejores jab en la historia del boxeo, que es el de Golovkin.
And you know, with my problems, my hand problems, I out-jabbed the best jabber in the world in Gennadiy Golovkin.
My other question for you, Canelo, is, and I asked this to Gennadiy in his press conference, a lot of the build-up to this fight was about your making it a personal situation, how mad you were at him. You spoke to us about the fact that you felt that he disrespected you. And then as soon as the fight was over, you guys were hugging and kissing like you were best friends. And I wonder, how does that go in your mind that you can go from having that kind of bad feeling to now it's just gone?
Look, I respect him like, as a fighter, no? As a person, I don't know. But I'm not gonna put in that level because I consider myself a good person. So I say to him, I'm glad to share the ring with you, and we give the people 3 good fights. And I'm glad to share the ring with him and have these 3 fights. It's gonna be in the history of boxing.
And just one last thing, they said, did you have to get stitches backstage?
Yeah, 5, 6.
Where were they given to you? Where are they? On your... Okay. Very good, thank you.
Thank you, David. En español.
Radio Rahim. Canelo obviously started in the 8th round. Triple G was able to come on and cause you quite a bit of difficulty. What was the difference for you between the first 8 and the last 4?
Like I say, I get a little tired because I don't be able to train like we always train. But look, I'm happy with my performance today.
And lastly, do you think between the Bivol fight and now this Triple G fight that people your opponents might be seeing ways to beat you and see a strategy going forward where maybe they try to get you tired and come on in the end?
Yeah, look, everybody can see outside of the ring they can beat me, but very few persons can beat me, so it's very difficult to beat me.
Thank you.
Canelo, antes que nada felicidades por la demostración de esta noche, y la primera sería, hoy se termina una trilogía con lo que es tu némesis. Siempre Canelo será recordado con Triple G y viceversa, es tu némesis. La sensación de dejar en claro quién domina esta trilogía, pero más allá, la sensación de saber que ya no lo vas a enfrentar, se acabó el odio, en el terreno deportivo lo vas a extrañar.
La verdad es que muy contento y agradecido de poder compartir el ring con un peleador como Golovkin, uno de los mejores en la historia del boxeo, y pues a lo mejor sale por ahí otro peleador, ¿no? Que obviamente siempre vamos a recordar estas 3 peleas que tuvimos y siempre lo voy a respetar como peleador. ¿Por qué? Porque es un gran peleador.
So the question was, first and foremost, congratulations on your victory against, what we could say has been your nemesis over these years. But today you went on to beat your opponent, Gennadiy Golovkin, in clear style. But are you going to miss that kind of hatred that you had with him going forward? Sal's answer was, to be honest, I'm really happy that I managed to beat one of the best fighters in the world in Gennadiy Golovkin. And perhaps in the future, another fighter will come along I'll have a similar relationship with. We had 3 great fights, and I respect him as a fighter.
Saúl, finalmente, fue muy notorio que en esta pelea sacrificaste inclusive familia, porque hay un momento en el pesaje que le das un abrazo muy largo a tus hijos, Es correcto lo que apreciamos desde fuera, que fue un sacrificio dejar tanto tiempo a la familia. ¿Y qué significó ese momento? ¿Qué te nutrió o con qué te nutriste de ese abrazo?
Mira, a veces pasan muchas cosas, muchas situaciones en lo personal también que son difíciles, pero al final de cuentas una mente fuerte y al final siempre saber lo que quieres y seguir adelante, pues te saca adelante, ¿no? A veces la gente no ve eso y está bien, no pasa nada, no tiene por qué. Al final de cuentas es uno el que tiene que hacerlo, pero son muchas situaciones, muchas cosas que pasan en una vida personal también, que tienes que acomodar todo ¿para qué? Para hacer un buen entrenamiento, para estar bien mentalmente, porque si estás bien preparado físicamente y mentalmente estás mal, pues es lo peor, ¿no? Entonces sacrifiqué muchas cosas para esta pelea y dio resultado.
So the question then was, you've notoriously sacrificed a lot of things going into this fight. Your family, not being around your family, but we saw that hug that you managed to give to your daughter at the weigh-in, and how important was that hug for you? And Saul's answer was, well, a lot of things happen and the personal aspects and things that you find tough that you have to deal with, but at the end of the day it's about having a strong mind and always know the reason why you're pushing on forward. People perhaps don't see those sacrifices that you put in, and that's okay, but you know, many things happen as a person and you just have to try and manage them and to be 100% prepared, because if you're not prepared it doesn't feel good. But ultimately I did things in the right way and the results came through tonight.
Canelo, what was it like for you in there? Obviously in the first two fights it seemed like every minute was so competitive, you know, all those rounds were so close, and yet in this fight you sweep 6 of the first 7 rounds. I mean, a lot of us had you winning like 11 of these rounds. Were you expecting more from Golovkin this fight, and what do you think prevented him from being the same Golovkin?
Look, what I feel, he don't throw his right hand because maybe he think I'm gonna counter punch him. Maybe that's why he only throw the left hand, and I just did my job. And it was very difficult to hit him too, because he's like protect everything, you know. It's very difficult.
Saúl, ¿cómo estás? Felipe Valenzuela, Univisión Los Ángeles. Primero que nada, felicitarte. Parece que ya los mexicanos vuelven a las celebraciones de mayo y septiembre. ¿Qué mensaje le mandas a los mexicanos, sobre todo en estas fechas que son tan especiales? ¿Te diste cuenta que todo el mundo te apoyó?
No, la verdad que muy agradecido con la gente, la vibra, el apoyo que me brindan, siempre muy agradecido, orgulloso de poder representar a mi país en estas fechas tan importantes y poder tener este apoyo de la gente. La verdad que estoy muy agradecido con ellos, y pues aquí estaremos todavía y obviamente tener el cariño de la gente es una bendición para mí.
Y sí es cierto, Canelo, que necesitas un descanso porque, caray, digo, en los entrenamientos, las concentraciones, ¿cuánto tiempo te tomarás y contra quién te gustaría pelear?
Pues mira, me tomaré un descanso activo, obviamente no puedo dejar de hacer ejercicio, digo, pero lo haré más ligero. Pues no sé, el tiempo que me tenga que tomar para poder estar bien de mi mano, estar bien de mi cuerpo, y ya veremos qué es lo que viene para nosotros. Ahorita lo importante es estar bien de mi cuerpo, recuperarme de mi cirugía si Dios quiere, y estar bien.
So there are two questions there. The first question regarding preparation and going into the fight. You know, how important is it for these Mexican dates for you to go in and what it represents for the Mexican people? And Sal's answer was, it's always really important to represent my country on these dates, and I get, you know, got great gratitude for being able to fight on these dates, and you know, I always feel their support with me. And the second question was regarding rest, and the question for Sal was, you know, you talked about how you need rest, you know, from your camps, from training. How much time do you see yourself taking, and who do you feel like you will face when you go back into the ring? Sal's answer was, I will kind of not completely stop training, but I will continue kind of lightly training and doing light exercises until my hand and my body is completely recovered, and we'll take it from there and see how long it takes for my body to recover.
Hola Saúl, buenas noches. Acá Enrique Veas, felicidades por la pelea. A mí me gustaría detenerme un poquito en lo que acabas de decir hace ratito, que decías, a lo mejor no tienen por qué saberlo, ¿no? Así es esto. Porque además cuando recién terminó el combate, tu primera declaración, también fue ese tema del mensaje introspectivo, del mensaje de que vienes de algo que te pasó, que algo te estás viviendo, que algo padeces. Eres una de las principales figuras, sin duda alguna, de México, y eres de las principales figuras del boxeo en estos momentos del mundo. ¿Qué te está pasando, Saúl? ¿Sigue siendo esta parte de la purga, de a lo mejor de la derrota de Bivol? Algo que dices, porque tienes que estar con la humildad, dices, hay que hacerlo con humildad. Perdiste el piso al tener todos estos reflectores, algo está pasando. ¿Cuál es ese sentimiento, si nos lo puedes compartir? Gracias.
Mira, yo me siento que nunca he perdido el piso, he sido la misma persona. Obviamente cambié tu estilo de vida y todo lo que quieras, siempre he sido la misma persona, pero tampoco, quizás eso es lo que yo pienso, quizás a lo mejor lo perdí en algún momento y no me di cuenta, ¿no? Entonces, pero más que nada tienes que ver los errores o qué es lo que no tienes que hacer. Te ayuda mucho, como lo he dicho, una derrota te ayuda a aprender, te ayuda, o sea, es buena, de repente es buena, ¿no? Tienes que saber qué no hacer, qué desechar, qué hacer para mejorar, y creo que lo más, no me gusta entrar en detalles, porque eso es mío, ¿no? Pero si no, con gusto te lo compartiría. Pero creo que lo más importante aquí, o más bien lo que sería malo, es que te valga madre perder. Perdiste. Como hombre hay que aceptarlo. Tienes que ver qué es lo que tienes que cambiar, para mejorar y regresar fuerte. Así es la vida.
The question was, first and foremost, congratulations on your victory. After the fight, straight after the fight, you were talking kind of in a retrospective way, talking about kind of having gone through difficult times, and as a Mexican fighter, you're right up there, you're one of the most important. You talked about humility, and you talked about different things. Was it that you'd gone down the wrong path, or could you go a bit more into detail on that? And Sal's answer was, no, I didn't feel like I lost track of where I was going. Maybe it happened and you didn't realise it. Sometimes you're not able to see your errors. But defeats are a good thing sometimes, because you know how to come back and you know not what to do in terms of having to get better. So, I think it was very important for me. And then, as a man, I had to accept it and to see the changes that you have to make, and that's life.
Saúl, aquí David Benavidez de la cadena Univisión. Primero que nada, felicidades, tremenda pelea. Creo que esto fue un gran espectáculo, los dos rounds espectaculares, pero creo que también convocaste a lo mejor del espectáculo en tu pelea, la entrada con el potrillo, tu amigo Alejandro Fernández, Carolina Ross, Edwin Castro, uno estuvo aquí apoyándote en tu pelea. Felicidades.
Gracias. La verdad es que estoy muy contento, muy orgulloso de que me hayan podido acompañar, Alejandro, de que estuvo aquí, tenía su concierto hoy mismo y estuvo aquí. La verdad es que estoy muy agradecido, contento, y me siento orgulloso de que los mexicanos nos estemos apoderando ahora sí que de todas Las Vegas o de cualquier lugar. Literalmente lo estoy diciendo, no lo estoy diciendo nomás al aire. De Las Vegas o de cualquier parte que nos paremos. Estoy muy orgulloso de ellos, de Edwin Carr, de Grupo Firme, de Alejandro, de todos los mexicanos, de Karim León, que es mi amigo también, aquí estuvo. Apoderarse de otro país y hacer esto grande, la verdad que estoy muy orgulloso de llamarlos amigos y muy orgulloso de ser mexicano.
¿A quién le dedicaste el triunfo?
No, obviamente a mi equipo que siempre estuvo conmigo, obviamente a mi familia, a la gente que siempre estuvo alrededor de mí, apoyándome en momentos difíciles, siempre estuvo ahí, eso, el triunfo va para ellos y para toda la gente que siempre está apoyándome.
So there were two questions there. Congratulations first and foremost on 12 fantastic rounds, but also it must have been fantastic to have your ring entrance today with all the musicians, Alejandro Fernandez and various other people there. It must have been great crowd as a Mexican. Saul Dancer was, it was fantastic to have Alejandro here and other people who led me to the ring. It makes me proud. It's proud also to see how Mexicans are flourishing around the world, not only in Las Vegas, but wherever they go. Alejandro and Cari Leon are all friends of mine, and it's great to see how well they're doing. And the second question was, who would you dedicate this victory to? And Sal's answer was, in my team, my family support, who support me constantly. I know this victory is for them.
Okay, two more guys.
Steven Cordeno, Carolina Sports. Congratulations, Canelo, on victory. A lot of your career has been tied to Triple G from years back, and now it's over. You've obviously accomplished a lot in your career. Where does the completion of this trilogy rank for you in the history of Canelo personally?
No, es muy importante. Yo creo que en el boxeo, para el boxeo es una de las trilogías más importantes. Bueno, para el boxeo, para la gente, para mi país, este triunfo es muy importante para mí en lo personal, para mi equipo. Creo que es uno de los mejores triunfos que hemos tenido y contento de estar haciendo historia.
So the question was, so we heard the question in English, sorry. So it's very important, the answer from Sal was, it's really important, three of the best fights that you've seen. It's really important for me, for my country, for my people, also for myself personally. It's one of the best victories of my career, and I'm delighted to continue making history.
Canelo, saludos, campeón, on winning this trilogy with Triple G. I'm sorry to ask you this after you go a hard 12 rounds about what's next, but we know you have talked about the Bivol rematch next, but you've also said you hope Ramirez wins that fight. And if Ramirez wins that fight, you don't want to fight him because you're both Mexican. So at 68, the best fight looks like you and Benavidez. He's born in America, he's half Ecuadorian, so does he count as Mexican, or that fight can happen if in the future?
I don't know. Anything can happen,
But that won't be a reason why I can hold it up that he's Mexican.
Like when I guys, always I say this, you share that video and put whatever you want. When I say I don't want to fight Mexican, it's because I represent Mexico, and that's why. But I don't care. I fight anybody, and I fight all my entire life anybody. What do you think? I don't want to fight with Juan Mexico or Benavidez. But look, I hear his dad talking a lot of shit. But look, he's accomplished nothing. One single champion, Anthony Derrell. Please, don't disrespect myself. Please, guys. Cuando digo que no peleo con mexicanos es porque siento que yo represento a México. Ellos pueden pelear entre mexicanos, ¿por qué? Porque no es lo mismo que yo. Y no quiero sonar arrogante ni mucho menos, pero yo represento a mi país en todo el mundo. Por eso lo digo. Pero he peleado con los mejores del mundo. Ahora sí, como dice la canción, a los mejores del mundo me les he pegado un tiro. Entonces he hecho muchas cosas en el boxeo. ¿Por qué crees que no voy a pelear con un Benavidez o con un... Por favor, no lo hagas. Ahora, escuché al papá diciendo tantas cosas que no tengo por qué hacerle caso, que malas palabras y ofendiéndome. Pero ¿qué ha hecho su hijo? Peleando con un campeón del mundo nada más en la vida y con todos los demás peleadores perdedores. No me falten al respeto con eso, por favor. Siempre, toda mi vida han dicho, ay, que no quiere pelear con este, peleo, le gano y ahora otro, y siempre sale otro. No falten al respeto a mi carrera porque he hecho muchísimas cosas y he peleado con lo mejor del mundo desde que tengo razón.
So it was basically the same answer in Spanish. The gentleman asked the question, but added, don't lack respect when you talk about me. I faced the best out there, you know, and I've never dunked anyone.
Right, last question, guys, because we have to be out. Please, hold on.
Canelo, sobre lo que decías de que te vas a dar tiempo para recuperar tu cuerpo, se entiende que para ir por un reto como el de la revancha con mi gol se necesita estar al 100 y pudiera ser, no sé, a lo mejor más allá de mayo. Si se extiende ese tiempo, ¿te gustaría que algunos de estos peleadores, no solo Benavidez, que llevan rato retándote, aprovechen el tiempo para enfrentarse entre ellos?
Ellos pueden hacer lo que se les dé chingada gana, no me vale madre. O sea, si quieren pelear entre ellos, que peleen. Si no, pues, me vale. Al final de cuentas yo voy a pelear con quien yo quiera pelear.
So the question there was, you've mentioned that you're going to need time to recover. I suppose.
No more question because I'm a little mad and I'm tired. Thank you.
So the question was, about, you'll obviously need some more time to recover, but thinking about the Bivol rematch and possible other rivals as well, would you like fighters like Benavidez and other fighters to fight amongst themselves? And Saul's answer was, they can do whatever they want. At the end of the day, I'm not bothered who they fight. They can do whatever they want.
I don't fucking care.
Ladies and gentlemen, Canelo Alvarez.
Gracias. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Sí, le dije, estaba diciendo que quería comprar las Chivas, imagínate, y apenas te conocí hoy.
Okay, guys,